Hello and welcome back to the Computational Genomics Lab. Today we are going to learn how to make an SSH key, which basically means you're going to give your computer a unique ID that it can then make secure connections with other computers, such as the supercomputer we're using, Fiji, GitHub, which will be another video, but really the first thing we need to do is make a unique key for our computer, and I'm going to do this for a Mac in this video, and in another video do it for a PC. So per usual, we're going to go to Boulder Rinn Lab, GitHub, where all of this is outlined here in Masterclass, Lessons, O1 Bash, and SSH Key Mac, and there'll be one for a PC shortly. And so it goes through a little bit of the background, and the first thing we're going to do is pull up a terminal and look at get into our SSH key and use some of our skills we learned in the last video on how to use bash. So I'm going to go to my home directory with cd/tilde, do a list here. There's these things, but we're going to do list-lah for long all human readable, and we can see all these extra dot files that are hidden files, and the one we want is here, .ssh for secure shell. And so I'm going to go into there, I'll clear this off and go cd.ssh, and now we're in there and we can see that we don't have a key. We have this thing called known hosts, which is a file that has other computers we've connected to, like Fiji's in here, and that's just saying that's the key from another computer into ours. And today we're going from our computer to another computer. And once you do this, you'll never need to do it again, but it's just good to know how this all works. Okay, so we need to make a key, and we've gone through this. And so that is just this simple code here, SSH-keygen-t RSA. And that RSA is the type of encryption we're going to use to make a key. So I'm just going to paste that in here, and it's going to ask a bunch of questions of like what to name it, but we're going to use the default name ID RSA. So I'm just going to hit enter, enter, and it's going to ask for a passphrase. I don't recommend, I mean, it's more secure if you do that, but then every time you connect, you're going to have to type a password, and at the end of this video, we're going to figure out how we can skip that step and just connect directly. Okay, so we did that. We now have a key with this kind of QR code looking thing. And now if we do a list in our SSH, we see these two new files, id_rsa.pub and id_rsa. Now the id_rsa is your private key. You should never share that. That's just for you. Don't give that out ever, because then somebody can actually get into the core of your computer and do things. What you want is this id_rsa.pub. That's a public key that says, hey, this is my computer. Let's make a secure connection over an unsecure internet. Okay, so we're going to use cat to take a look at that, id_rsa.pub. And it's this big, long, horrible looking thing. But we're just going to copy it here. So I'm going to copy up to this SSH-RSA. That's the type of encryption that the other computer is going to get to know. So I'm going to copy that with Command-C, or on a PC Control-C, but we'll do a video just for that one. Okay, so now I am going to log on to Fiji via the terminal, which we haven't done yet, so I'll go a little slow. And that's just simply SSH is the bash command to make a secure connection. My identity key for Colorado at Fiji is the name of the supercomputer.colorado.edu. And this same key that we are going to connect to Fiji is the same one we're going to use for GitHub. So if you're not on a Mac, you can see the PC video or the GitHub video. But either way, you need a key that's unique to your computer. And that's what we just did with Keygen. Okay, so it's going to ask me for my password. This will be the last time we have to do that. I'm going to type that in. And then if now I'm on Fiji, so if I do a list, you can see it's a very different place from my main computer. I also have a different sort of bash logo here. Oops. And so we're going to go into that same .ssh, which is also on Fiji. If we do a list -law here, we can see our .ssh is right here. Even though it's on a different computer, it's usually the same terminology. Okay, so let's connect to that. We're gonna go into there, .ssh, and in there we will see this direct thing called authorized key, which we saw on our main computer. And so we're going to use nano to paste in our key. So nano authorized keys here. Oops, nano authorized keys. And we can see I've connected other SSH keys. In developing this class, I've connected many computers to Fiji. And so I'm just going to paste that in here, and it's going to be this long number. Control X and yes to get out of there. And so now, if I go to a local terminal here, I shouldn't need my password anymore because these two computers have established a secure shell via that identity or that RSA ID. Okay, so let's try that again. SSH, my name at fiji.colorado.edu. Enter. Boom, I'm in. Didn't even need a password. So we have now just made a secure connection between Fiji and my computer, so I never have to type in my password. And we'll use the same thing to GitHub, or this is just a common practice to make two computers have a secure connection. So that's it for this video, and we'll see you next time.